Hello everyone, today we will learn about verbs, forms and types of verb in detail. So, let's get started. When people start learning English, one of the first things they learn is what a verb means. In fact, a sentence isn't complete if it doesn't have at least one verb. For the definition of verb, we have to think of verb as the heart of a sentence. Without verb, the main meaning of a sentence would be lost. What is a verb then? A verb is the word in a sentence that shows what is happening. Think about what a word does in the sentence to figure out if it is a verb or not. How is the word writing used in the following sentences? His writing in the notebook is excellent. He is writing a poem in his notebook. In the first sentence, writing is a noun. In the second sentence, writing is something you do, verb. The point is that how a word is used in a sentence determines whether it is a noun or a verb. So, in simple words, verbs are the words in a sentence that describe an action, a state of being, or possession. Here are some examples. I go to the supermarket. The verb go indicates an action. I feel very happy. The verb feel indicates a state of being. That car belongs to me. The verb belong refers to the possession. Forms of verb. There are three main forms of verbs in English. 1. Base form of verb. The base form of a verb is the form that is listed in the dictionary. This form is also called the root word. It is the version or form of the verb that doesn't have any prefixes or suffixes, which are extra letters or phrases. Some examples are go, write, sleep, etc. 2. Infinitive form of verb. The infinitive form of a verb is usually preceded by to. Infinitive forms of verbs are the combination of the word to and the base form of verb. Some examples are to walk, to dance, to sleep, etc. 3. Conjugated form of verb. Conjugated form of verbs are verbs which have been changed according to the person, number, gender, tense, aspect, mood, or voice. Conjugated verbs are changed form of the base form of verb. For example, according to tense, the verb go is changed to went and gone. Types of verbs. Action and stative verbs, transitive and intransitive verbs, monotransitive and ditransitive verbs, finite and infinite verbs, linking verbs, helping verbs, such as auxiliary and modal verbs, regular and irregular verbs, compound verbs, and phrasal verbs. Let's discuss these types in detail. Action verb. An action verb is a type of verb that is used to represent the action that the subject of a sentence is doing. It is not possible to utilize action verbs as linking verbs. They serve only one purpose, which is to indicate the action that is taking place in the sentence. Observe the given sentences. Aisha is singing. In this sentence, the verb singing indicates an action. John wrote a letter. Here, the verb wrote shows an action. I am talking to you. Here, talking is an action verb. Stative verb. Definition of the stative verb is a verb that represents a state rather than an action. Stative verbs are verbs that are used to describe or indicate the state of being of a noun or pronoun that acts as the subject in a phrase. Let's look at the following examples to understand how they are used. They know everything about you. In this sentence, the stative verb, know, indicates a state. I feel very happy today. Here, happy shows state rather than an action. John has his own car. The stative verb has shows the subject's current state of being in this sentence. Transitive verb. A transitive verb is a type of verb that needs an object to make complete sense of the action being performed by the subject. For example, the police chased the thief. In this sentence, chased is a transitive verb that requires an object, the thief. If we remove the object, then the sense of the sentence would be incomplete. It would be unknown that to whom or to what the police officer chased. Some examples are: my brother gave me a pen. John bought a new laptop. I met him yesterday. Intransitive verb. An intransitive verb is one that doesn't always need an object to make sense of what the subject is doing in a sentence. But there are a few verbs that can be both transitive and intransitive. For example, Alice feels nervous. The verb in the above sentence is feel and does not require an object to complete the sentence. Following are some examples of intransitive verbs. He is walking. I studied at the city school. The dog is barking. Monotransitive verb and ditransitive verb. Monotransitive verbs are transitive verbs that take only one direct object. For example, I completed my project. Ditransitive verbs are transitive verbs that take two objects, indirect object and direct object. For example, he sent me a letter. Some examples of monotransitive verbs are: I bought a bike. John took his breakfast. Some examples of ditransitive verbs are: I offered him my seat. Elise gave him a flower. Finite verb. The main verb in a sentence is a finite verb. The rest of the sentence is built around the root word. A finite verb has a subject and shows the tense. For example, Alice bought some vegetable. In this sentence, the finite verb is bought, the subject is Alice, and the tense of the verb is past tense. Some examples are: she cooked the meal. John is nervous. He was driving a car. Infinite verb. Infinite verbs contrast with the finite verbs. Infinite verb doesn't have a subject or a tense. There are three types of infinite verbs. 1. Gerunds. They are formed from verbs by adding ing at the end, such as Alice likes cooking. In this sentence, likes is finite and cooking is gerund. 2. Infinitives. To plus verb is equal to infinitives, like John hates to cook. Here, hates is a finite and to cook is infinitive. 3. Participles. There are two types of participles: present participles such as dancing and past participles such as broken. Linking verb. A linking verb connects a subject to its predicate. Unlike action verbs, linking words don't describe what people do. Instead, the definition of a linking verb describes how something is. For example, Alice is excited for summer vacations. In this sentence, the linking verb is links the subject Alice with predicate. Is, am, are, was, were, look, smell, appear, sound, taste, and feel are some common linking verbs. Now observe the following sentences. He seems very handsome. Spaghetti smells delicious. John is a computer operator. Helping verb. Helping verbs are verbs that add to the meaning of the main verb in a sentence. They give more information about the main verb and complete the structure of a sentence. We have two types of helping verbs: auxiliary verbs and modal verbs. 1. Auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs that add meaning to the clause in which they are used. They indicate information such as tense, mood, voice and other grammatical aspects of the action. To be, to have and to do are the three mostly used auxiliary verbs. Each of these types has multiple forms. To be is am, are, was, were, be, been. To have has, have, had. To do, does, did. Observe the following sentences. John is swimming in the pool. And he has arrived on time. 2 modal verbs. Helping verbs that further modify the action or meaning of the main verb in a sentence are called modal verbs. These verbs are used to indicate modality. They can express possibility, probability, ability, permission, obligation, etc. Can, could, may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, will, and would are modal verbs. Now, look at the given sentences. You may have a pizza for dinner. And he must wait for his turn. Regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs follow the same pattern and create the past simple and the past participle using the same word ending ed. For example, play, played, played. Finish, finished, finished. Arrive, arrived, arrived, etc. In contrast, there are other verbs that have different endings, and these are called irregular verbs, such as go, went, gone. Feel, felt, felt. Come, came, come, etc. Compound verb. Most of the time, a compound verb is a verb that is made up of more than one word. Compound verbs can be one word, like proofread, backslide, backflip, and sidestep. Or a phrase with more than one word, like make up, knock out, deal with, and call back. Or they can be two or more words connected by a hyphen, like dry clean, babysit, badmouth, and double click. Phrasal verb. Phrasal verb is a type of compound verbs. A phrasal verb is made by combining a base verb with an adverb or a preposition to make a new verbal phrase. Most of the time, the meaning of a phrasal verb has nothing to do with the meanings of the words that make it up. So, think of a phrasal verb as if it were a completely new word. Some phrasal verbs are ask about, agree with, calm down, be taken with, and make it up to, etc. Hope you understood the verb, forms and types of verb, but if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Thanks for watching.